Want to build investor ready cash flow dashboard in Power BI? Let's work on it. Hi, I'm M. Asif Hussain from KnowHow Academy. What are we going to learn in this video? We are going to learn and understand how to build a cash flow dashboard in Power BI from loading the data till creating a dashboard. So let's work on it. So by the end of this video, you could able to get an idea the different ways of doing a transformation, the data modeling, the visualization using the DAX measures in Power BI. So my dear viewers, here I have a data set, and as this data set shows that we have category ID, category name and the cash flow type under the cash categories table, and under the cash transactions table where we have the transaction ID, date, category ID, type, department ID, notes, small notes and amount. Okay, so we have these informations in cash transactions, and under the departments we have the department ID and the department name. So with this data we have to go and build a cash flow dashboard. So how should we do that? So for that we have to come to Power BI. So now in this Power BI, what I'm going to do, I'm going to load the data from my Excel that I have it, the cash transactions. I'll click on open. So as soon as you see this particular navigator dialog box, so here I have to check my all three particular tables that I have it here, and I'll click on transform data. As soon as I come to the transform data, so in transform data, as you all can see that my columns are 100% valid under the departments table or departments query. Under cash transactions query also we have all the valid 100% columns, and in the cash category also we have it. So we do not have any nulls. So in order to work on nulls and all, so we have to cross verify the data types that we also have it. Okay, so under the cash transactions we can see that, okay, so this is a whole number, this is a notes, okay, department ID. So we should make sure that every information and the data type is true. Now I'll just click on close and apply. As soon as I click on close and apply, we can see that there will be a relationship, or the modeling will be happening by default as soon as we load the data. So for that, what happens here is that when we talk about the modeling, we can go and create a star schema, or we can go and create a snowflake schema. It depends upon what kind of data we have, what are the requirements we have. On that particular basis, we have to set up our modeling. All right. So as you can see that we have got all the particular three tables into my particular Power BI. I'll give an overview under the modeling. As you can see that the cash transaction table, it is interlinked with the two tables. So I can consider this as a dim tables. Okay, so department ID and this department ID is getting in relation with the department ID under the cash transactions table, and the category ID from the cash categories is in relation with the category ID under the cash transaction table. So this can be considered as a fact and two as a dim. Okay, so now I'll come back to my particular report view, and I'm going to calculate few measures, so which are very much sufficient in order to input that in a report. So for that I will choose a new measure. So this new measure, I'll go and take the inflow. So I would like to calculate what is my total inflow. So for that, what I'm trying to do here, I'm choosing calculate as a DAX function. So calculate sum of the amount that I have it. Okay, so cash transactions amount that I have it. Now comma, I'll take a filter. So filter is nothing but I would like to get the inflow. So where we have the inflow, we have in the cash transactions type equal to we have inflow. Okay, I'll just click on enter. We have total inflow. In the same way, what I'm going to do, I'm going to even calculate the outflow. So for this I have to go to the new measure, and under this new measure I will choose the name as total outflow equal to. Now what I'm doing here, in the place of inflow, I'm just choosing outflow. Okay, so I have got the total inflow, I have got the total outflow. So now it's time for us in order to find out the net cash flow. So for this I'll take a new measure, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to calculate the net cash flow. net cash flow equal to the total inflow that I have it plus the total outflow. I'm talking about net, that's where it's coming up, plus total inflow plus total outflow. All right, I have got the net cash flow. Now I have to calculate the ending balance. This is very much important. So what is the ending balance? So for this, I'll choose a new measure again, and I'm going to calculate the ending balance. Ending balance equal to, I'm choosing the DAX function called calculate, and here I'm choosing the SumX function, which is a row level aggregation. So what is my table name that I have to select, but rather than choosing the table name directly, I'm going to choose the DAX function called all selected. Okay, all selected, where it returns all the rows in a table, all the values in a column, ignoring any filters that might have been applied. So I'm not sure, so I'm just choosing all selected DAX function here, and I'll choose the table name. So the table name is cash transactions. Okay, cash transactions. I'll just close a parenthesis. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose the cash transactions date, where I have the date related information, and this particular date related information is less than or equal to the max function. I'm choosing it here. And where do I have the date information? That date I'm choosing it, which I have it under the cash transactions date. Okay, cash transactions date. So this is for this one, this parenthesis is for all select, comma. Now what I'm doing, I'm choosing the cash transactions amount that I have it, that I'll choose it here. So now I'm just closing the parenthesis for this one. Okay, so now what I'm trying to do, I'll click on enter. Okay, I have got the ending balance. All right, so now let's go and work on visualizations. Okay, let's go and build a report. So for this, what I'm going to do, I am going and just formatting the wallpaper. Okay, first the wallpaper, so that it looks beautiful, something like this. Then I'm going to add a small text box here, where I would like to take the title as a cash flow dashboard. Cash flow dashboard. So now I'm just selecting this one, clicking on bold. I'm changing it to 28, aligning it to the center. Font color, I'm choosing something like this. I'll go to the formatting. Under the formatting, I will remove the background for this one. Now this looks perfect. Okay, cash flow dashboard. Okay, this is fine. This cash flow dashboard, what I'm trying to do, I'm aligning it in the center. Now let's go and work on the KPI cards. So let me choose the first card chart, and in this particular card chart, let me go and show what is my total outflow. Total outflow. Okay, 4 millions. So for this, what I'm going to do, this total outflow, I'm just converting it into a currency. Okay, so that it will be helpful. So 4.21 millions. All right. So in the same way, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some sort of formatting. So under the formatting, I'll switch off the category label, and I will on the title here, so that I can add it as total outflow. Total outflow. Now I'll just go and use it bold, and it's perfect. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to align it in the center. All right. I'll come back to the size and style. I'll go to the border. I'll add a visual border, and with the rounded corners as 15 points. And now this is perfect. Okay. If you want, I can even add the shadow for this one. It's up to us. And as you can see, the values of it, the size of the values are too big. Okay. So for this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose it as 30. Okay. So this looks perfect. This is my total outflow. Okay. So I'll just copy this one, and I'll take few more KPI card visuals here, and I'll just align it, and I'm going to change the values inside that. So first, let me go and change the second one. I'll go and choose the total inflow. Okay, so this inflow also, I would like to add the currency. So it's 4.16. So that's where I'll go here. I'll go to the title, and I'll consider it as inflow here, total inflow. All right. Now I'll come back here, and what I'm going to do, instead of this total outflow, I would like to show the net cash flow. Okay. So this net cash flow also, I'll go and show it in the currency perspective. So here what I'll do, it's net cash flow. Okay, net cash flow. Now in the same way, I'll come here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose the ending balance. Okay, how much is the ending balance? That's what I would like to show. So now, as I have taken this ending balance, now let me go and change the title of it. So this is nothing but my ending balance. Okay, ending balance. All right. So I have got few KPI card visuals here. Am I right? So now let's go and work on the center part here. So now what I'm going to do is that first let me go and choose the clustered column. So in this particular clustered column, I would like to show my inflow and outflow by what is the cash flow type. So for this, let me go and choose the cash flow type here. And in the y-axis, let me go and first show the outflow, then inflow also here. Okay, so I have got a visual. Now let me go and do a small formatting. Okay, I'll remove this one. I'll go to the title. So this is nothing but total outflow and inflow. Am I right that I have it in the by the cash flow type? Okay, title is perfect. I'll come to the x-axis. I'll go to bold. Okay, I'll increase the size to 10 and I'll choose it in the center. The title, I'll choose it bold. The color is black. All right. In the same way, y-axis, I'll come to values. I'll go to bold, increase the size to 10, color to black, so that I have it everything in a same pace. Now I'll just choose it in terms of thousands. It will be easy to understand. The title, I'll choose it bold. So that's interesting. All right. So now what I'm going to do in this particular visual, as you can see that the columns, okay, so those both are attached to each other. Am I right? So now in order to make it clear, I'll go to the layout and you can see the space between the series. Let me just go and increase the space between the series so that it will be easy for us to understand. And I'll just space between the categories. I'll just expand it so that it looks a little bit like this. Perfect. Now the colors also, what I'm going to do, the total outflow, I'm going to change the color. Let me make it some interesting color. Okay, which looks good, something like this. Total inflow, I'm going to choose some other color. Okay, which looks good. Okay, all right. Now I'll switch on the data labels. Okay, so data labels, I'll go to values, I'll make it bold and the color to black. Perfect. Now you cannot see the values for the total inflow. The reason is that because of the space. Okay, now I think these are cute. See this? Yeah, so this is very important. Okay, we have to make sure that how we are going to have the particular data. Okay, so we have to make sure that every visual is clearly readable and understandable. So I'll go here again. I'll go to the grid lines which I do not want. I'll switch it off. Okay, I'll come to size and style. I'll add the border. I'll just make the rounded corners to 15 so that, okay, if it is 15, the values are getting hidden. So let me reduce it. Okay, something like this. All right. Or even you can do one thing. You can just increase it to the same pace like this and you can increase the size. Okay, so this looks good. All right. Alignment is very important whenever we are creating a visual. Okay, I'll come to title and I'll align it to the center, and obviously I have to make it bold. Okay, this looks good. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose another visual called as donut chart. Okay, so donut chart. So in this donut chart, what I'm going to do is that in this donut chart, I'm going to choose the category names that I have it. I'll come to the category names and I'll choose the outflow. Okay, where I would like to show how much we have it. So I'll go to the format painter and I'll click on here so that it looks beautiful. All right, and the values are in millions. It's very difficult to understand. I'll come to the detail labels and I'll go and change it to thousands. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to choose a line chart, and in this particular line chart, I would like to show, I'll take the date related information here and I would like to go and show it in a month-wise perspective. That's why I choose only month. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to consider the net cash flow that I have it. Okay, so net cash flow per month. Okay, on monthly basis, what is the trend over the cash flow? That's I would like to watch it here. I'll come back, I'll select the format painter so that it looks beautiful. Perfect, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose another visual that is called as the column chart. Okay, let me consider stacked column here. So now what I'm doing here is that I'll choose the department name. Okay, and each department, how much is the ending balance? That's what I would like to show. For each department, how much is the ending balance. That's what I would like to show it here. I'll come and format painter. Okay, I'll go to the columns. You can even go and change the colors of the columns as well. Okay, so we can choose this color. Okay, in marketing we can choose another color. Okay, in sales we can choose another color, something like this. Okay, again in the operations also we can go and choose some interesting color like this. Perfect. So it looks beautiful, am I right? So now what I'm going to do, we have some space remaining here, but this particular, any particular dashboard or report will be empty, okay, without the slicers. Obviously I have to work on slicers. So I'll choose a slicer here. So in this slicers, what we can do is that we can go and add some interesting information. So first let me go and add some information here. So let's consider that I would like to go and show the department. So I'll choose the department. Okay, and I'll come to the slicer settings. Obviously I have to make it drop down so that it looks, you know, attractive rather than wasting a lot of space in the list perspective. I'll go and choose the slicers size and style. I'll add the border. Okay, and I'll make the rounded corners so that it looks beautiful. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, under the I'll just add the title by of the slicer header. So I'll on the title, it's nothing but the department. It's a department, right? I'll come to bold and I will align it to the center. Now we have it in a very beautiful way. Okay, so now the values are still not so good. So what I'm going to do in this particular slicer, the values, okay, I'll make it bold. Now they are perfect, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'll just copy this slicer and I'll take two more slicers here. Okay, I'll take two more slicers here. So that adds a beautiful, attractive way in a report. So this slicer, what I'm going to do in this one, I'm going to choose the cash flow type. Okay, so I'm choosing the cash flow type here and I have to go and change the title. It's cash flow type. Okay, so now you can see that we have the cash flow type, and I'll come to another particular slicer and I'll choose the date information and I'll go with the date hierarchy where I would like to show only the month information. So that's where I would like to choose the title as month. Perfect. I'm getting the month. Now let's check whether these are interactive or not. I'll click on January. Perfect. February. So it means that the month slicer is working. All right. You can see the change in every visual. The cash flow type. You can see the changes happening in every visual. Perfect. I'll come to department and you can see that there is a change happening in the department as well. Right? So perfect. My slicers are working. Now what I'm going to do in order to make it much more interactive. So I'm going and creating a bookmark first. So this bookmark is nothing but I would like to rename it to default. Okay. So if you have applied any slicer in this one, if you want to come back to the default position, then you can just go and click on a button. So I'm creating a bookmark called default. Now what I'm going to do, I'll go to insert and I'll take a button. I'll add a blank button. So this blank button, we have got it here. I'll come back and paste it here. Okay. So I'll go and add the button style so that my shape will be rounded rectangle, something like this. Then under the button style, I would like to add some text. The text is nothing but it's a default view, some name like this. I'll go and choose bold. Okay. The color should be black and I'll just increase the size so that it can be easily viewable. Now I'll add the color in this, I'm filling some color. I'll choose a white color. Okay, that's perfect. Now I'll go to the border and the border also I'll make it black. All right, my dear viewers. So we have got the default view, but there is no action in it. So that's where what I can do, I can go to the action and in this action, I'll go and create a bookmark and the bookmark is nothing but default. Okay. So now as you can see that, let's consider I have clicked on financing here and I have clicked on operations here. Okay. And I will click on March here. So I have enabled all these things, right? I have enabled various things here, right? So now what you can do is that if you want to come back to the original position, so just you can click on default view, then we will be coming back to the home position, the default position. All right. So this is an interesting way that you can go and interact this with your particular report or dashboard. So finally, after your complete report is done and when you have saved it, you can go and click on the publish so that it will get published into your Power BI service, and from there we can happily export the data into the PDF, into the PowerPoint as a live dashboard, or as an image, we can go and export it. All right. So you can go and download the Power BI file and the data set of this from the description below. So my dear viewers, in this video, we have learned how to build a cash flow dashboard using Power BI. Thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as your source for IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate the tech world. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Stay curious and keep learning.